Yo, you tuned into RaDuhNews. It's your boy N10. Make sure you check out my new single, No Rap Cap, link in the bio. Like, subscribe, enjoy the video. I'm out, peace.
Next up, no rap cap. Can I fit 10 bags in his backpack? When it's typical, I make him have a flashback.
What's up, boys and girls? It's your guy Radical, and today we are here for the 8th installment of the lovely RaDuhNews series. Today, rather than looking at one of the various games we know and love, we will instead be looking at the Nintendo Switch console as a whole. Now, before we jump ahead to the 3 guests listed in the title of this video, as always, we will be starting the episode off with a special bonus guest. Please welcome my friend, Mr. Awesome. How are you doing today, my guy?
Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Mr. Awesome, and I'm doing pretty good. You know, surviving this crazy year of 2020. Since E3 got a little canceled, we're over here getting these sporadic game announcements. It's been pretty good on the home front. Things can obviously be better, but I'm pretty much fine.
Agreed, my guy. E3 getting canceled is a pretty big shame. I mean, hey, especially for me. I was supposed to be there in LA for the event. However, Mr. Awesome, if that is your real name, I have a single question for you to get this episode started off on the right track. Now, this question is a pretty broad one. Overall, how has your personal experience with the Nintendo Switch console been? Have you enjoyed it? And up to this point in 2020, would you say you've gotten your money's worth from the console? Let's hear it, my guy.
So, for the Nintendo Switch, was it worth my investment? Yes, the first year. But I kind of feel like Nintendo delivered more hits back to back on the Wii U. Yes, there were some dry periods on the Wii U, and yes, the Switch has had more hits. But the Switch kind of made the Wii U feel like it's the beta. The Wii U was the beta for the Switch, because most of the great games on Switch right now are from the Wii U era. What I'm trying to get at with all this, yes, I have enjoyed my Switch, but I feel like I didn't get my money's worth past the initial year, 2018 and 2019, and even now 2020. I feel like I have not gotten as much enjoyment as I had the first year. And come on, compare the first year to the last 2 years. We got Breath of the Wild and Odyssey in the same year. What more can you expect? I want more of that. We're obviously getting the exclusives, but more hard-hitting exclusives. I'm super excited for Breath of the Wild 2, so hopefully that makes my Switch more worthwhile.
Respect to that, fam. 2017 was the prime year for the Switch, and ever since then, I personally agree, it has gotten pretty slow in terms of games and hype overall. But with that being said, Mr. Awesome, thank you so much for coming quickly on the episode as a special bonus guest. I wish you nothing but the best for your YouTube channel and overall YouTube career, and I hope to see you again sometime soon, my guy. Peace out.
No, thank you for having me as a special guest. Honestly, it's my pleasure for being here. If you need me again, you can always at me at my Twitter, you know, slide in them DMs real quick. Thank you for the best wishes on my YouTube channel, but also I wish the best for your YouTube channel. You deserve to grow, man. You got the content out there, so keep it up. Seriously though, Ra, thank you for having me on. Stay golden, guys.
Shout out to Mr. Awesome. Make sure you guys all go check out his channel, drop a sub, and see if you like his stuff. He's also edited a lot of videos for NintenCisco, and he's just a cool dude overall. So make sure to drop by his channel. I think it's time we move on to the first official guest of the episode. And I would like to bring on my boy, my homie, my familia, or should I say, my geek. Geek, the man himself. What's good with you today, my guy?
Hey, Geek. Hey, hey man, we're live. Get the jacket on. Hold on, y'all. My bad. Hey, yo, you know, hey, what's good with you, Rad? If I can get my jacket on. This thing. took up my whole damn minute. Let me just. I always wanted to do that because, you know, you see all these girls doing these cosplayers and they be putting up, some of them be putting up some crazy, but they be fast forward. Anyway, what's good, my dude? Appreciate the invite, my dude. Rad, thank you.
My man gonna get that shit sorted. What kind of news program you think we're running here, Geek? Anyways, let's just throw your first question at you. I'm gonna throw something pretty simple, and all I wanna know is what is your favorite Nintendo Switch game? And how many hours have you put into it? Curious to know. Floors are yours, my bro.
Alright. That's easy though. 600 plus hours, Fire Emblem, 3 Houses takes the cake. Like, for real. I like waifus. I like strategy, and I love me some JRPGs, and check. I first did the Golden Deer because my homie Claw looked like a brother, and I'm like, we got a little bit of representation out here. He's my cousin's cousin. And it was my first time ever playing as a lead female, you know, protagonist when I had the choice to do it. Baylith, not Byleth. That's my bae. Baylith was thick in them fishnets. Did 200 hours on Golden Deer, and then because I really wanted to play with my baby mama Elder Guard, and I ended up doing another like 100 hours on and that. Then I did the third playthrough. I ended up marrying Flame. You know, no, yeah. Look, hey, looking at me like that. This girl is like 1,000-something years old. This girl is easy 900.
A little sus. Possibly illegal, but respect either way. Now, secondly, I want to get some insight as to some criticism you may have towards the Nintendo Switch console. Are you annoyed with the library of games we have for the Nintendo Switch? Are there any features in general you just don't like about the console? What you got on your mind, my guy?
The main thing I would say with the Switch, my gripe with the Switch is probably everybody else's gripe with the Switch. 2 things is just in the fundamental mechanics of the system. It would be the online, and it would definitely be the fact of the storage. I mean, you can go and buy another terabyte, or buy another terabyte. You can buy a terabyte, but the terabytes are still damn near half the price of a Switch. And unless you catching some kind of sale, look, I couldn't even get it out. Sale, or you get one of them cheap, nasty ones. And I don't feel comfortable spending 100 on something cheap like that. More importantly, what is really missing? Chrono Trigger. You gonna take the GOAT game out the conversations, you know, Square Enix, Nintendo, what y'all got playing? No Chrono Trigger on nothing?
As I already know you want Gino in Smash so dearly, I will also now have to start praying that Chrono Trigger gets put on Switch just for you, my dude. Well, Geek, thank you so much for coming on RaDuhNews episode 8. It's been an honor, and for all y'all watching, Geek is criminally underrated. So please make sure to check out his channel. He actually does a bunch of gaming news content over there. So if you like this kind of, you know, RaDuhNews, gaming news kind of thing, look no further than Geek. But until next time, peace out, my brother.
My man said criminally underrated. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. If you guys would like to, you know, help your mans get to hashtag Road to 1K. You know, I do gaming, entertainment, anime, sprinkle with a little comedy, news, parodies, and all that other stuff. See what I did? GEAK, games, entertainment, anime, and comedy. I thought it was clever. You can check me out here on the tube. Twitch.tv/TheGeekShow. Appreciate y'all.
Man, I promise y'all, you won't find nobody as unique as Geek, and not many can match his unique energy. However, moving on to the second guest of the episode, it is my boy that finally is gonna make his RaDuhNews debut. He is one of the only remaining N10 members to not be on the series yet. Please welcome my boy, NintenCisco.
Hey, NintenCisco here. Rad, what's the deal, man? You barely brought me on the episode now after all we've been through? I thought we were best friends. Rad hates me. Only one who cares about me is Charizard.
That's a Charmander, dummy. But you know, That really hurt. Tonight I'm gonna have to cry for exactly 3 minutes because of that diss. But until then, to start you off, my boy, I want you to throw out a few games and franchises that are missing from the Nintendo Switch. What games have you just been waiting for and praying for, and they're just not on the console? Let's hear it, my guy.
Rad, I feel like you are asking this question knowing what I'm going to say. There are 2 IPs that are my personal favorites that are not on the Switch yet. Let's start off with Metroid. Now, they announced Metroid Prime 4 like ages ago, and then they had to, they had to scrap it and start over because they gave it to Retro Studios, which is a good thing. Nintendo was saying that Metroid Prime 4 was not up to their standards, which makes sense. Let's look at the Metroid team's last couple of games. Nope. Another IP that I think desperately needs a new title, but just like Metroid takes like a decade for a new one to release, is my all-time Pikmin series. I love Pikmin, it's just about nature, maybe that's why I love bugs and nature and exploring nature, maybe that's why I love it so much. However, there's not that many games. I mean, we have Pikmin 1, we have Pikmin 2, then we have Pikmin 3 on the Wii U, and then Hey Pikmin on the DS, which is not really a Pikmin game. In fact, the Pikmin game on Nintendo Land was more of a Pikmin game than Hey Pikmin. Rad, you took so long editing your RaDuhNews that Pikmin 3 is already announced for the Switch. So guys, me talking about Pikmin 3, well, I'm happy to say it is indeed getting ported over to the Switch with a bunch of added features. I'm excited. Thank you, Rad. Pikmin's for the Switch. Woo! So I say Switch really needs Metroid, really needs Pikmin, especially for people who have never played it, because I believe, I'm pretty positive, that most of you guys watching have never tried either title.
Damn, when he pointed at the screen right there, I felt that. I have not played Metroid nor Pikmin, although I have had an interest in Metroid for the longest time. Can't really say the same about Pikmin, because bugs. I don't like bugs. I'm gonna throw your next question right at you, Cisco. Now this one is more personal and more just for fun. But overall, where would you rank the Nintendo Switch? Against the other Nintendo consoles? Is it on top? Is it on the bottom? Or is it kind of a mid-tier? What you think, my guy?
Ooh, Rad, you are just getting me with these questions. I'm so passionate about this stuff. I love the Switch, but I feel like it also is kind of new, right? So, as much as I love the Switch, I feel like when it boils down to my favorite games of all time, I think only Breath of the Wild really makes the list on that. However, I think Switch is definitely top tier. However, I have to say, the leading console, the one that brought me the most joy, is the GameCube. I mean, I played all my favorite games. I played the Lego Star Wars, the Metroid, the Pikmin, the Luigi's Mansion, the Marios, the Pokemon, Gila Darkness, you know what I'm saying? Like all the best games are on there. However, I do think that the Switch is probably one of the most influential consoles of my life. So I gotta give it credit for that. The Smash Brothers, I went for New York for that. I started a YouTube channel. I went to PAX for Animal Crossing. So I think when the Switch's life is done, I feel like I will put Switch at the very top because of how influential and how nostalgic it's going to become. Not because of what it is, but because of what it will become. And I think that's what's really important for the Switch.
Same here, man. The Nintendo Switch has been super influential on my life and a massive reason for why my YouTube channel started in the first place. However, before I continue talking about myself, I can already picture Cisco watching this, saying, no, only me. So I'm gonna stop talking about myself, and instead, I'm gonna say I appreciate you coming on this episode, Cisco. Thank you so much for your input. Thank you for finally making your RaDuhNews debut after 8 episodes. I know it took a while, but you finally came on, and peace out, my guy.
Thank you for having me on the show, man. I really appreciate it. It's really about time I showed up. I would see all these people in your videos and I'd be like, yo, when am I gonna come in? And also thank you so much for giving me a chance to speak about my favorite IPs. Literally, I'm always ready to talk about Pikmin and always ready to talk about Metroid. Thank you for having me on the show, and I hope the video does well. You guys take care. I don't have an outro. Bye.
I mean, hey, what about bye-bye, NintenCisco? Hey? No? I tried. Well, would you look at the time, boys and girls, as we have already come to the final guest of the episode. It's the man who housed me at the Pokemon launch back in November when I visited New York. And it's the man who always knows how to give me a solid ass whooping in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, my guy Shifty. How you doing today, bro?
I don't always do that, but yeah, what's good, bro? It's me, Shifty, your #1 guy for being trash at Smash.
If you're trash at Smash, then I must be like bottom-feeding bacteria at some nasty-ass junkyard. Anyways, my boy, for your first question, this one is a pretty big reflection question. Overall, how successful do you think the Nintendo Switch has been? Having been out for a couple years now, I think it's time we reflect on the overall success of Nintendo's newest console. What do you think, my guy Shifty?
Honestly, dude, I think Nintendo Switch specifically may be one of my favorite consoles of all time. And I'm not even like talking about just Nintendo. I mean all consoles. I would say it's easily a top 5 console, like seriously. But if we're talking about, say, success in general, then that's a totally different thing. Switch has got some of the highest reviewed games of the generation, and even if you're not even talking about critically, but commercially, the Switch has sold, last I checked, like 55 million, and I'm sure it's a lot higher now. The way I look at it, it's a success regardless of the way you look at it.
The numbers don't lie, bro. Shout out to Nintendo for making an amazing console, and I truly do hope they continue to sell well for many more years to come. However, we are now at the final question of the episode, and like every other RaDuhNews episode, I've got to ask the same kind of question to finish the episode off. What do you think the future holds for the Nintendo Switch console? How many more years does this console have before Nintendo moves on to the next big project? How many more big titles will this console get? What do you think, my guy?
That's a hard one, because I'm not really sure for how much longer, but I'm 100% sure we are going to get a bunch of new and big games coming to the Switch. But knowing exactly for how long, that's really hard to say, Rad. The Switch is a success, you know? I don't think you can deny that. There's no denying that the Switch is a success. I mean, the 3DS had like a 7-year lifespan, so considering how successful the Switch is, maybe we'll see 7 years for the Switch. Who knows? We might even see new models for the Switch just like the Switch Lite, right? So I think it's really hard to say. All I'm hoping for is that the very next console, whatever it ends up being, keeps the hybrid nature that the Switch has going on.
I think 7 years is a pretty good timetable, but honestly, I personally would not be surprised if it actually lived for even longer. However, my guy Shifty, thank you for coming on episode number 8 of RaDuhNews. Shout out to you, everyone watching. Make sure you check out Shifty's channel, and I cannot wait to come back to New York, hopefully sooner rather than later, so we can chill and hopefully go to another launch sometime soon. I expect that Smash hat. I'm buying it from you. I have not forgotten. Peace out, my guy Shifty. Have a good one.
Yeah, bro, you gotta come back to New York, man. It's been too long now. We gotta see each other. We gotta do another co-op stream. Let's make it happen.
That's a massive bet, my guy, and I promise this is a see you soon. But until I return to New York, shout out to everyone for helping out with this episode. Thank you to everyone who has been supporting this series. And we only have episodes 9 and 10 left. But as always, any feedback is appreciated. Please leave a comment down below. DM me on any social medias. Let me know what guests you want for these last couple episodes. What topics you want covered. What you thought of today's episode or any of the past episodes. All feedback is welcomed. But until then, stay radical. Please stay safe in this crazy world. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out. And I will see you in the next one. I said that already. God damn it!
When I'm gone, I come from a town.
Good luck on the video, Rad. Have fun editing it. Love you, man.
I'm gone. I come from a town where most of the people are so close-minded. They go into school and they work in a job, but they don't even like it. I won't be put in a box. Nobody telling me what I should rock.